reportedly told Carmelo Anthony that they plan on waiving him. And according to NBA writer Chris Sheridan, the Sixers have interest in bringing him in. Melo is averaging just over 13 points per game with Houston so far this season. Shannon? Good idea, bad idea?
I think it'll be a horrible idea. I just don't get it because I'm not sure what Carmelo Anthony is in 2018. I'm not so sure he knows what he is in 2018. Okay, the Knicks, they wanted to rebuild, so they moved on. He went to OKC, Skip. He's the third option. That didn't fit in well. That didn't work out well. He goes to Houston. He's the third option. That didn't work out well. Now he's going to go to Philly. At best case, he's the fourth option. But you're asking him to be something, and I get you, Skip. I follow a lot of guys on the NBA, and everybody, well, Carmelo's getting the blame, and Carmelo's this. If you take Carmelo and what Carmelo does well, I'm not so sure he can help a team that's trying to win a championship. Carmelo Anthony is a volume shooter, needs the ball, plays with his back to the basket. How does that help OKC? How did that help Houston when they want to move the ball and shoot the three? Okay, now you go to Philly. Joel Embiid is going to be number one option. Jimmy Butler probably be number two option. Ben Simmons, three. Okay, what are you going to do with Carmelo? Carmelo is proven to you he's not a catch and shoot. Kyle Korver can go anywhere in the league. Because guess what, Skip? He's always been a catch and shoot three-point shooter. That would be the equivalent of me playing the way I played. I was a pass-catching tight end. All of a sudden, someone wants to turn me into an old-school Mark Bavaro, New York Giants, Skip. 65 plays, 58 of those we're running the ball. Shannon Sharp's rolling up his sleeves. That's not what I do. That's not who I am. This is not what Carmelo is not a catch and shoot three, Skip. And everybody says, well, he could be a Lou Williams and Jamal Crawford. Lou Williams and Jamal Crawford has never had build a team specifically for them. I just don't get it. I don't get the luck. Carmelo was a great player. But what he is now, I don't know if that can help you win a championship because what is he? He's not catch and shoot. He's not going to defend. He needs the ball. He needs to shoot a bunch of shots in order to be successful, to show you what he can do. I don't know how that helps Philly because it didn't help OKC and it didn't help the Rockets.
So, I disagree. I really like Philly to win the East now, and I would like Philly even more if they added Melo because he would give them a veteran presence they do not have right now. That he would bring them some cachet, some credentials, a guy who's been there and done lots of that except no championships.
Why did he bring that to OKC and Houston? Because
he was playing with peers in experience and star power. He was trying to be big three, obviously with Russ and George Paul, Paul George.
Don't do that.
Paul George, sorry.
He delivered them last night, didn't he? Without no Russ.
Well, he does occasionally when the spotlight's not on, but that's okay.
Goodness.
So what would happen here is, what have they added with Jimmy Butler? Right now, the Philadelphia 76ers have three of the top six players in the East, in my humble estimation, because I'm going to give you Greek Freak and I'm going to give you Jason Tatum, and I'm going to give you number two in Toronto, even though I do not trust him because he's going to play like every other game.
Oh, you said Embiid's number one? Oh, okay.
Embiid's number one.
Okay.
Ben Simmons is somewhere, I don't know how you want to rank Ben Simmons, but he's in the top six, and Jimmy Butler's in the top six in the Eastern
Conference. What you doing with Kyrie?
Okay. I got him on the edge of it, but he's 6 feet 2 inches tall. He's just not tall enough to be a difference maker like this. Plus, I told you before, Kyrie hasn't gotten his legs back underneath him. He's not playing like a top six player right now. He's had stretches of that in his career, but not right now.
Okay.
So if you add Melo to this mix, you can make him Olympics Melo. Remember that guy, the team leader, the guy who might make some big shots closing for
Everybody keeps saying that, Skip. That's what he was supposed to do in LKC. That's what he's supposed to do with the Rockets.
Okay, but you're one of a big three of like players. You got star power. You're one of three stars. This way, he can just ease right into the veteran leadership role. He can be the overseer, and he doesn't have to play high minutes, but you can use him down the stretch in key games.
But that's not how Carmelo. But hold up, Skip. What you gonna do? How do you get Jimmy Butler ingrained? You got to ingratiate him to the offense, and now you got to worry about how we get Carmelo.
No, you don't have to ingratiate him or ingrain him. You don't have to play him high minutes, just key minutes, because Remember, what did they lost Saric.
Yes.
They lost Bellinelli. They lost Ilyasova. Those were like key
Covington.
pieces. Covington, too. I don't know. I never loved him, but I know he defended.
Yeah.
He defended at a high
And
level.
he knocked down threes.
That came and went for me, but whatever.
But Carmelo just made me go.
Okay, but you need somebody to come in and make big shots and stretches.
But he hasn't done that in the last 2 years.
Okay, well, I would like him in this circumstance a lot more than I would like him at OKC or Houston.
Why?
I would. Eastern Conference.
Is the 3-point line shorter in the Eastern Conference?
No.
I'm missing something, Skip.
I like it. I like it.
No, you don't.
And I like J.J. Redick. People don't talk about. They sleep on him. He made 42% of his threes last year.
Yeah, he's
Consistent.
Hadn't been as hot this year, but he will get hotter.
Well, they need to put him in the starting lineup and start fooling
Okay.
around with Markelle Fultz.
You know what? It was just heartbreaking. I watched the whole Sixers game last night because it was interesting because they were at Miami where they hadn't won in their last 7 tries.
Watching Fultz shoot the free.
That was heartbreaking. Like, that's just wrong. You know, like he's just lost.
You know what it looks like?
See that.
It looks like Charles Barkley golf swing.
It does.
I mean, it looked like he was about to shoot, and then he pumped it, and then he shot. I'm like, what is this? What is that?
Bizarre.
What? But no, Skip.
That's like the second baseman who can't throw it to first anymore. Like, remember Steve Sachs of the Dodgers? We just lose it mentally.
Everybody says that, Carmelo, he's a 22, 23-point career average guy coming off the bench. Everybody keeps saying that, but he has yet to show that, Skip, because in Carmelo, Skip.
Okay, just as a veteran leader, I like it. They don't have a veteran leader.
They don't,
like that.
but here's the thing. That's not how he sees himself. When they asked him about coming off the bench, what did he say in OKC? Hell no.
Yeah.
He fought it in Houston. That's not, Carmelo doesn't see himself like a Jamal Crawford. He doesn't see himself like a Lou Williams. So if he doesn't see himself like that, he thinks he should be playing major minutes, and he needs to get up 20 shots. How does that help the Sixers?
Because they need somebody in the locker room or on the bench to say, calm down, hold it just a second.
And I would take that from Carmelo? Mm-hmm. Oh, my goodness, Skip.
You don't think he's highly respected around the league?
He is.
Why are people defending him right now saying, don't scapegoat him in Houston?
Because the thing...
And he had a couple of big games for the Rockets.
But this is the thing, is that players will always stand by, especially Carmelo, top 50, top 60 player in NBA history. They're going to stand by their own. But watching him play, Carmelo is not the Carmelo that was at Denver in his first 3 or 4 years in the Knicks. He's not that guy.
These are kids now, and they need somebody to guide them a little bit. Some presence just to say, hey, in the playoffs when they got in trouble against Boston, timeout, hold it, you got this. More in presence than in performance.
No, Skip. You bringing that on, Skip. You telling me he can score? No. And
check this Korkmaz out. Have you checked this guy out? Is their draft pick from 2 years ago, from 2016? He can stroke threes, and he's been bombing them. And last night at Miami, he had 16 points and made 3 threes, big shots.
No, it's hard to watch anybody else but Joel Embiid.
Okay.
Joel Embiid is a monster, Skip.
And by the way, Joel Embiid last Friday night made 19 of 22 free throws in a close game against Charlotte to win overtime. 19 of 22, and he's at the free throw line shooting clutch free throws. like he's 6 feet tall.
I mean, he goes 42 and 18 in that game. He goes 35 and 18 last night against Whiteside.
So Joel Embiid is, what is he, 7'1", and he's making 80% of his free throws and leading the league in makes and attempts. And LeBron James is at 74%. I don't know how that How could that be?
Hold on, time out.
Huh?
We talking
80
about
to 74?
We talking about Melo. We talking about the 76ers. How we get to LeBron?
Oh, we went
Who's
back
taller,
to
LeBron or no? Embiid's much taller with much bigger hands.
Yeah, why do you do
How
that?
Can he stroke this. Last night, Embiid took a shot late in the game. It was still dicey.
He shot
took
a three.
and I'm just like, what are you doing? And he made it.
I'm just trying to figure out. We talking about Melo and how he would fit in the Sixers. And
I was talking about the guy who used to be the best player in the East, and now the decks have been cleared for Joel Embiid to take over the East, and he's taking it.
Oh, hold on, time out. Is there only one conference in the NBA? The guy you're talking about was the best player in the league.
But which guy?
The East, the Far East, the Middle East, and any other East.
Wait, Kevin Durant's in the West. I don't get it.
Don't do that, Skip.
Well, Kevin Durant's the best player.
Don't do that.
Well, I don't know.
That's so unbecoming.
It is becoming.
No, it's not. Yeah. It's all you talking about.
Because he has become the best
decks
player.
Have been cleared.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't
Well, Joel Embiid.
Okay, we are going to go back to the Cowboys since I might as well keep you happy. Are they about to make a play?